Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Shuresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogibhi Dhyanagamyam Vande Vishnum Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaika Natham. We are worshipping Lord Vishnu with a prayer that our fear for birth and death, bhava bhaya, that should be removed. But while we are studying the Bhagavatam, we came across a great sage, Avadhuta. And the Avadhuta, he says, why you are worshipping God? How can the God be there? There is no two. So he says, why you are crying, why you are weeping, my friend? Today's topic is that, Kim rodasi sakhe, why we are weeping? So the great sage, the Dattatreya, addressing us as the friend. Kim rodasi sakhe, sakha means the friend. Then I was trying to find out why this sakha, bandhu also could be, bandhu also the friend, but why sakha? There is a Sanskrit, the poem is there, and there it mentioned Utsave Vyasane Chaiva Durvikhe Rashtra Viplave Rajadware Shashanecha Ya Tishtati Sa Bandhava. When he says the Bandhava, Kim Rodasi Sakhe, the friend is this, the Sakha with this friend, one who is with us in our happy days, Utsave Vyasane. And also Durvikhe Rashtra Viplave, and also in the calamities and in war, in the king's court, and finally in the cremation ground. That means all through. A person who is constantly supporting you, giving you the company, he is called the Sakha or the Bandhu. See, this is, so he is addressing us as the friend, the Bandhu. Now, naturally, he is always with us. He is mentioning that I am always with you. So to always with means, this is the Dattatreya addressing the friend, and he wants to prove that he is always with us like a friend. And he is asking why you are crying. Now, I like to ask you, can you please answer why we cry?
Because of dissatisfaction with the conditions that we are in.
Dissatisfaction. Good. That is one. Anyone else?
Fear. Joy.
Fear.
Joy.
In joy.
Joy.
In joy we cry, but that we cannot say cry. When we cry, that is in misery. And it is an expression of joy. Sometimes some people, the tears come out in joy. But that is not cry. Crying means in agony, in misery. And when we are suffering.
Sadness.
Because of loss due to attachment.
Due to attachment? That we lost something and lose something, and then because of the attachment we cry.
Also because if we are in the same situation
we are afraid of being in that situation,
Yeah.
and so we empathize.
But we are afraid of in that situation. We saw something. Sometimes we read in the newspaper a terrible news. Then we are afraid that should not be with us. And if we are, then we cry out of misery, out of fear. And anyone else?
A savior. God,
Savior.
God will savior, like God will save me.
Yeah, God the Savior. But crying.
Savior.
Oh.
For savior.
Okay. We are, that is a different type of cry. Yeah, but when he is asking this Avaduta, Dattatreya, he asks, why you are crying? This cry means why you are in misery. You are thinking that you are suffering, but you are actually not. So that is the way. For the Savior, for the God, when you are crying, as she also mentioned, in joy we cry, it is almost like the same. But when the agony, you are also true, the agony to get the God, that is also we can say to achieve something. And our goal is this, we cry. Now I was thinking, we can make it in two groups. One is the physical, another mental. Why we cry? When there is a physical pain. In the physical pain, we cry. And what are the physical pain? First is the janma. Second is the jara. And third is the mrityu. Janma means the birth. It's terrible. The child will all the time crying at the time of birth. And if he is not crying, the nurses will make it cry. So it will cry. So this janma means cry, janma. And most of the time people then know that janma means we are in the circle. We think that it is not thinking. The little baby can't think. Actually it is not. All the impressions are already there. So this janma is very, very physically painful. Then jara, that is the decay. And when we find that slowly, previously we used to go to the playground, and when we cross 50, 60, most of the time we go to the doctors and hospitals. So by that way, slowly the jara we can understand, and you have to adjust with the jara. Even if you cry why the jara is coming, there is no help. So it is obvious. And that is also physical pain. Then comes the mrityu, the death, the fear of death. Each and every one, as I always say, right from the ant to the elephant, each and every one is afraid of death. This is physical. And the mental agony, aprapti janita dukkha. So when the misery for non-achieving something, we were thinking to have this, we couldn't have, so naturally aprapti janita. I could not achieve that particular goal or the thing, so I am sorry. So we cry. So one lady who was supposed to come to America in that our retreat, the 125th year, Swamiji's lecture, many they came. She went to for interview, passport, visa interview, and they didn't allow her to. And visa officers may be thinking she is alone. And what do? I sing. Oh, you sing? Then you will go and settle over there. No, you won't give. So like that. So it goes on, and she was crying, she was in misery. She was thinking that she will come. No, that she won't settle. She will go back. But the thing is, visa officer could not, and the result was non-achieving the visa. And obviously, the tension, the cry. So, aprapti janita dukkha. When we don't get anything, we cry. Prapta vastu raksha janita dukkha. Prapta vastu raksha. Then when we have got something, we like to maintain that. And for that again, the tension, the anxiety, whether everything is all right or not, for that again, the mental pain. And finally, prapta vastu dhamsha janita duksha. The when we are having something, then suddenly it is lost, then that is also very painful. So physical and mental, this dukkha. This dukkha comes because, as he said very correctly, ultimately desire, physical because we want to keep the body healthy, and when it is not possible, and we want to achieve something every time, success, success and success. If we cannot, then also the misery. So that dukkha. Now, this our great friend, the Avadhuta, he comes here and he says, pure Vedanta, from the pure Vedantic point of view, he removed the fear and he is telling, Kim nama rodasi sake na jarana mrittu. Now, we have to understand, this is Hinduism and highest expression of Hinduism. So when the people they go, they will find that people are worshipping the cows and worshipping the trees, worshipping the stones and worshipping different type of the images. And the same Hindu, ultimately when he reaches to that highest truth, he says, na jarana mrittu. You are not born at all. Where from the jara will come, decay will come. Why you are thinking about the death? Kim nama rodasi sakhe, na jarana mrittu. There is no decay, no death. So he is giving abhaya. Abhaya means the fearlessness. And when you think, I am not going to die, then why should I be afraid of? The same thing we hear in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. When the Arjuna was concerned for his own kith and kin, he was not afraid of his own death because he knew that no one can kill him. He was a great warrior, Arjuna, in the Mahabharata. But he was afraid that all his brothers, friends, and the relatives, and the teachers, and the grandpa, they all will be killed. Maybe that he himself will kill them. So he was afraid and he was thinking. The second chapter, and in the Krishna, he gives all this, and that is the spirituality. Yesterday, I gave a talk in the Utah, the Salt Lake City, in the library. It's a huge library. So there in the beautiful hall, and the topic was the search for the self. So we were talking about the self. And what is this self? The Krishna is giving. Many of you have read the Bhagavad Gita. Again and again he is telling, Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, nachaidam kledayam tapa, nashoshayati maruta. Again he says, Acchedoyam, adadyoyam, akledya shushya evacha. So like that. What is that? Something which is within us, but we are not careful about it, aware of it. And that you cannot cut with anything. You cannot burn. You cannot wait. You cannot make it dry. That means by saying that, he says, no changes. And when you think, you realize that you are that, then not you, we. When we understand that, then only we will truly understand the meaning of this. Kim nama rodasi sake na jarana mrittu. Kim nama rodasi sake na janma na dukkham. Janma dukkham, there is no birth at all, no creation at all. Then why you are afraid of, why you are crying? Kim nama rodasi sake nachate vikara. There is no change in you. So one after another he is going on telling us, and kim nama rodasi sake nachate sarupa. There is no form. You are thinking about your form, and then only the vikara, the decay. You don't have any form. And don't think if don't have the form means the deform. No, that is also not there. Nothing is there. The virupa, no deform also. And not only that, Kim nama rodasi sake na bayamsi. You don't have the age. Kim nama rodasi sake na chate manamsi. You don't have the mind also. And since you don't have the mind, where from the fear and the pain and all those things will come? There's no mind. So by this way, they say you should be fearless. Swami Vivekananda, he mentioned, the more I grow, the more it seems to me that everything lies in fearlessness. That there are courageous people. They'll be going and facing the enemies in the border. Some great soldiers, they're there. But that is different type of. But here, when he says, they're completely free from all fear, and that is pure Vedanta, Advaitic Vedanta. And this Vedanta, we are just listening. Then afterwards, it says, the why I say like this? Because look at the creation. Of course, the Avadhuta never cared to explain the creation. He says, don't think that I am reading some book and telling you. Don't think I am telling you as a poetry, as a poem. No. This is the truth that I am telling. This is the truth on which I live. That is Avadhuta. The Dattatreya Avadhuta is that great soul. He says like this. And we have different type of sages who spoke in this same line. It's not the only person talking. There are many also. The same way. That means it's the truth. Not that one person only realized. It's many. Now let us try to understand why Avadhuta says that there is no janma, no mrityu, no decay, no form, no deform, no age, no mind. Why? Now, if we try to understand the creation, who created this universe? Let us accept it, that the universe has been created. Okay. From the point of view of the Dvaitism, and at this moment, our mental condition, our understanding, it says that yes, there is a creation is there. I have my family. I have my everything this over here. I cannot simply deny that there is no creation. Yeah, this moment. This moment we cannot deny the creation. But just let us discuss about this. Who created this universe? Then they will say, this is the Brahman. The Brahman created. There was only one absolute Brahman. There was nothing else. Sadaiva, that in the Chandaka Upanishad it says, Ekam, that only one was there. Sadaiva Soumya idamagra asit. Ekam eva aditiyam. Not only eka, there is no two, aditiyam. So see how they put the words also. No flaw. Ekam is conception of two. Then immediately say, Ekam eva, only one. And again repeat, aditiyam, there is no two. And where it was? In the beginning. Idam agra asit. In the beginning there was only one. Okay. If it is only one, then how the creation came? From that one. And what is that one? Pure consciousness. Because all pervading, the moment it is having some form, obviously it is limited. It is not limited. It is having the completely covering the whole universe. It is a consciousness. That consciousness which is within us, when that consciousness goes away, we say it died. It's death. So that consciousness, all pervading everywhere, is the source of creation. When you accept this, we have to also understand the creation means two different things, intelligence and also material. If the Brahman is the intelligent cause, what is the material? Brahman. Why? Because there is no two. Aditya, A means negative, Ditya means two. If there is no two, only Brahman was there, then out of Brahman only we have it has been created. And what is Brahman? Again, let us remember, it is pure consciousness. Now, from the pure consciousness, if this world of millions of different things created, each and everything is nothing but that consciousness, we cannot deny it. When we are accepting this theory of creation, that Brahman, which is all-pervading consciousness, is creating, then Brahman is the intelligent cause and Brahman is the material cause. If the both are the same, that means the product that has come, that is also made of same thing. Yesterday I saw in the family where I was staying, they are having a machine and making the chapatis, the Indian chapatis, and they are giving 20 people will eat, one, okay, 20. Then little oil, then some salt, and the machine is all the making. Machine is making, it's not a human being. But what it is coming out ultimately? That flour only. Because that is the main ingredients. And by giving that, you cannot expect the rasgulla will come out. No. Because the ingredients is that, so obviously only the roti will come, chapati will come. So from from the consciousness, this thing has been created. Everything is conscious. How can you deny that? Well, God has created. Okay, God has created. God has created out of what? There is no anything else. The moment you accept that there was something else except God, out of which the God has created, then you are in great difficulty. Why? Because you are making God limited. Isn't it? So the moment you say that God has created from the earth, from the wood, from this, from that, that means there was some substance and that is also along with the God. You cannot say that. We have to understand this. The God is all pervading. God is all powerful. When you say that, that means God is one and non-dual. There cannot be two. Why you are talking again and again? Because our conception, creation means two. Now I am clapping. When I am clapping, I need two hands. Then only the sound will come. Or I am beating on the table, then only the sound will come. Without two, how can the creation come? If this is so, in that case, we have to understand Avadhuta is correct. He is telling that from one only it has been. So even if you think that you are a created being, what you are? Brahman. Then why you are crying? Kim nama rodasi sake. This wonderfully he is mentioning, the product is nothing but the consciousness. In the Upanishad, they mention in this way, Tad srishtva tadeva anupravishat. In the Kathopanishad, it says, Tad srishtva, after creation, that supreme being entered into it. What he created? This universe. And what is this universe? Inert, apparently inert. So, inert cannot work. And there is no joy. Suppose there are today only in the newspaper, yesterday perhaps, in the news there is in India, in the restaurant, now it is not human being, a robot is giving the food and all that. But you don't feel when the robot is coming, hello sir, how are you? You don't know why I am talking with this. But as a human being, you can think the talking. So that the machine may be there, but you won't feel joy to talk. You need someone. And if the God is creating us in this form, so obviously He has given us the consciousness. If there is no consciousness, you don't get the joy. The moment the consciousness is there, there is joy. As long as man is surviving, all his families and the friends and neighbors are happy with him in his company. When that man is not having that life, he is dead, then what will happen? His neighbors and all others won't be able to talk to him. So this he says, then in the 3rd chapter 38 verse, he is asking, if you are not, that there is no death or birth, there is no misery, and there is no any change, then why you are thinking about the wealth? Oisharjam ichhansi katham nacha hi dhanani. Oisharjam ichhasi katham. Why you are, dear, craving for the wealth? There is nothing. So why you are craving for the wealth? Nacha hi dhanani. Oisharja ichhasi katham nacha tehi patni. You don't have the family. How can you have a family? Don't be afraid. It is only Avadhutas telling. When we understand that, that is a complete different knowledge. This only intellectually you are understanding now, then God grace someday that realization will come. And that will be the unique. We all pray for that. Vaishurja ichhasi katham nachate sameti. You don't have any company. Why you are asking for the wealth? Because you are jnanamritam. Jnana amrita. Amrita means the nectar, eternal. How? Because knowledge. Jnanamritam. Samarasam. Samarasam. See, in the Sanskrit, they always tell those things with a great, in a musical way, in a poetical way, so that people, they like it. The samarasam. Samarasam means only one. Rasa means, sometimes we say a liquid thing. But actually no, this is only one. This one, that is samarasa. Only one, that is samarasa. And you are that. Then he is asking us, don't be afraid again. He is asking us you want to be free completely? You want that freedom? You want to get the complete the fearlessness? Then he is telling, muncha hi samsaram, tyaga muncha hi sarvata. Muncha hi samsaram, tyagam muncha hi sarvata, tyaga atyaga visham, shuddham amritam sahajam dhruvam. Muncham means renounce this world in every way. This world means name and form. What is the world? Only two, name and form. This is my grandson, name and form. Oh, this is my daughter. Oh, that is my this, that is my that. So what is all that? Nama and Rupa. Only you are associating yourself. And when you sit and then think about it, what is this samsara? Your creation only. Then there was a girl and a young man, they were in love and they used to like each other, but the father of the girl was not liking. So he threatened that boy, if I ever see that you are coming near to my house, I will kill you. So like that, the threatening. Then afterwards, somehow, he came to know that he is an engineer and earning a lot of money, and there is a chance for him to go to foreign. Then he sent his friend to go and tell the boy to come and meet me. Let me talk to him. Then the father thought, it's a good, okay, you like my daughter, you love her, you will take care of her, right? Okay then. So why? The boy was wondering why. Then afterwards, it was that. Every time we see this type of things. Why? Because we calculate how we are going to be, but that person whom the gentleman, the father of the daughter, was thinking an enemy, it turned to be a great relative, very close, a son-in-law. Why? Because change of thought. Nothing else, change of thought. Of course, the father of a daughter, they are always cautious because naturally it is natural. But it is only change of thought. The same way, he says, you are thinking about the samsara, these. How can I move? How can I go? How can I do this? How can I do that? All your thought, muncha. Samsara, muncha hi samsara. Tyagam muncha hi sarvata. Then is a very strong word he was using. Tyaga, ataga, bisham. Now, renunciation and non-renunciation, that is also just like the venom. What is non-renunciation and what is renunciation? If you have the conception that I am having these, then only you are thinking I like to renounce. When you don't have that conception, I don't belong to anything, I am not having anything. If you just close your eyes and try to imagine that particular condition, I am not having anything, I am not related to anything. There is no question of giving up, there is no question of renouncing, nothing. Friends, this is the highest Advaita Vedanta. And this is the ultimate of Hinduism. The many of the Hindus who won't believe, there are some groups, they will fight against it. They are Dvaitin, Vishishtadvaitin. They say, don't ever read these things. Even those who have read that the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, there it says like this. Here in the 4th chapter, 1st verse, 3rd I have completed. The same way again and again he is telling, and this is the style of our scripture. The same thing again they will say, so that it goes into our head, so that we can understand it. And from different angle, from different way, a different terminology they will use, and different stories they will tell, only to take us to that particular idea. Here also, and in the 4th chapter, 1st verse of the Avadhuta Gita, he says, Na avahanam, na naiva visharjanam va, pushpani patrani katham bhavanti, dhyanani mantrani katham bhavanti, sama asamam chaiva shivarchanam cha, shiva archanam. And he says, no welcome, no see off. When they do the puja, now our Bodhan is doing the puja. Every time you ask him, he will be saying, Yahagaccha, Yatishta, Yasannidehi. And they will be showing that the hands also, the finger. Yahagaccha, not like that. You will say Yahagaccha, with great respect. Oh God, please come. And sometimes you should come and sit in this corner and see how he is doing. And very clearly he pronounces, so you can understand. Yahagaccha, come here. Whom he is calling? God. And then, Yatishta, please sit down over here. Momo puja grihanu, please accept my puja. And who am I? I am also God. And so he will be showing like this. You can find that he is showing this, both the hands, and he is telling, I am Sri Ramakrishna. Can you imagine? This is Hinduism. But unfortunately, those who are doing the puja don't understand it. Devam bhutva devam yajet. When you are worshipping the God, you must have to be a God. Otherwise you cannot worship God. God means that purity, that love, that unselfishness. So he always say this, I am Sri Ramakrishna, I am Sri Ram. Sarva Deva Devi Sarupaya Ramakrishnaya Namaha. It will be from the head up to the toe. Can you imagine? From the head up to the toe, constantly they will be doing like this. Sarva Deva Devi Sarupaya, the embodiment of all the gods and goddesses. O Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna, I believe you in this form. Please come and accept my puja. And who am I? I am also Sri Ram Krishna. So I am becoming Sri Ram Krishna, I am worshipping Sri Ram Krishna. But this Avadhuta says, there is no God at all. Why you are asking God, come, come? He says, no, Abhahanam. If there is no God, whom you are calling then? Visarjanam. And Visarjana means, after the puja, he will say, now please go back to your own abode. In the Durga Puja, Kali Puja, if you come, please come. It's coming 26th Saturday, is the Kali Puja. And you can see how the Kali Puja, they are welcoming, and then afterwards they say, Mother, please go back to your own abode. And what is that abode? My heart. So within my heart you are there. Now I want to see you in this form, please come out. So this is the Dvaitin, Hindu. The Hindu in the dualist, they always think in that way. The God is within my heart, and I take out my God from my heart to the outside, then I do my worship, I like it. So again I say, please go back to my heart. As a symbolic, they'll smell a flower. That means go back to inside, in the heart. But the Avadhuta is telling, there is no God except you. How can you welcome God? Oh, that's why Bhagavan Sri Ram Krishna, he was having two gurus. There are many gurus. The one is the Dvaitin, another Advaitin. The Dvaitin, the lady, she told to Sri Ramakrishna, Baba means the dear one, don't go to that person. And he was an Advaitin. And he used to sit under a tree, banyan tree. Then don't go to him. You always talk about the Advaita. And your devotion will be destroyed by that. Don't go near him. So that is the two Hinduism. Both are going. So when we are reading the Vedanta, this Vedanta always speaks in this way. Na abhahanam naiva visarjanam va. There is no welcome. Naiva visarjanam. Why? Because patrani pushpani katham bhavanti. Why you need the flower and also the different type of leaves? It's not necessary. Dhyana, whom you are meditating on? You are God. So why you should meditate? People are very happy. Most of when some of the Swamis, they talk about this, they're very happy. No, we are following the path of knowledge. Because there is no problem. No meditation, no puja. So when you ask, I am a jnani, I am practicing. What type of jnani? When you find that you are not getting the extension in your visa, where your jnana goes, then he will be running here, there. No, visa is necessary, extension is necessary, my job is necessary, and jnani. If a jnani means he is not having anything, no family and no any other things. So don't deceive yourself, don't cheat yourself. So you have to have the condition, this is my position. From here slowly I will go. Those who have already climbed the Himalaya, Mount Everest, and for them is nothing small hills. I have not all the time using the elevator, never climbed to the stairs, and if I go and say, this Himalaya I will climb. So that is not possible. The Vedanta is just like that. It's the ultimate. So you have to understand, this is the truth. I am that God. Even the Dvaitis, the Pujari who is doing the puja, he is also thinking the same way. But now I need someone before me as my object of worship, object of prayer, object of love, object of offering my fruits and sweets. So this he says, Na avahanam naiva visarjanam va pushpani patrani katham bhavanti dhyanani mantrani katham bhavanti sama asamam chaiva Shivarchanam cha. This is the Shiva Archanam. When I am having the Shiva as to Archana, to worship, where is Shiva? He is only one, and there is no two. He doesn't need the flower. He doesn't need any other leaves to worship. And in the 5th chapter, 3rd verse, he says, Adha urdham vivarchita sarva samam. Now he is telling, you are that. Adha urdham vivarchitam sarva samam. Bahi antara vivarjitam sarva samam. Jadi cha eka vivarjita sarva samam. Kimu rodasi manasi sarva samam. Wonderfully he is mentioning why you are crying within your heart. There are many of the people, the majority, don't care about God. They care about God when they are in difficulty. So when they are in all right, all the health insurance and all other policies are working well, okay, God can wait for it. But if there is some problem, then contacting all the things by which he can save himself from the problem, at the same time go to God. And if you go to our country, you will find in the India, almost every temple, before that there is the tree, and they will go and tie yellow rope and this different type of threads, colored thread. Why? With the faith, the belief, the mother or the God will come and see, oh, this she or he came and tied it, so I have to fulfill her or his prayer, like that. They will go with a prayer, and when the prayer is fulfilled, they will go back again with all sweets and things, and they will go on spreading the message, oh, my prayer has been answered, and all people will go with that. That is the relation between God and the devotee. If the God is not answering your prayer, then they won't go. In our country, mostly the business people, they worship Ganesha, thinking Ganesha will give all the success. And suppose sometime it spreads that it is not Ganesha, it is Kali. If you worship Kali, you get the success, they will throw Ganesha. Or Ganesha can wait. So Kali. Why? I need profit. So whoever God or Goddess come, this is our relation with God and Goddess. Keep your hand on your chest and say, how much we love? No. All this relation. So that's why this Vedanta says, no. You should not deceive yourself. Why you are unnecessarily cheating yourself? This is the truth that you should understand. Then you can go beyond all miseries, all fear, all anxieties. And what is that? He said, you are the only one. You are the only one, and there is no above or below. In Hindi, they always say, Uparwala. The Uparwala means God. And they will show Uparwala. And who is on the above? Nowadays, the tall buildings, on the top of the building? No. Even in the sky, all the time, so many satellites are going round. They can't see God. Uparwala means what? God may be Nichewala also. God may be below. God may be this side. God may be that side. God may be everywhere. God is in everywhere. And that is you, that Advaita Vedanta says. You are the only one. There is no above or below, within or without. And the God is within me. And outside it is not like that. Or God is outside, not within me. That is also not like that. Not even the sense of unity. So then why you grieve in your heart? Why you are grieving? Why you are crying within your heart? Try to understand this. The pure consciousness is absolute and has nothing to do with any object. So that is on the 5th the chapter, it says in this way, and I will conclude with another verse from the 5th chapter, in the last verse of the 5th chapter. And beautifully, with a poetical way, that the Avadhuta says, Bindati bindati nahi nahi yatra chanda lakshanam nahi nahi tatra samara samagno bhavita putaha pralapati tatta parama abadhutaha. The very poetical way, the musical way, he is mentioning bindati bindati nahi nahi yatra, where one knows nothing but one, there cannot be any verification. Bindati bindati nahi nahi yatra chanda lakshanam nahi nahi tatra. Chanda means the scripture. The supreme and the free one, pure of thought, absorbed in the consciousness of the homogeneous being, remain above the truth. Remain above the truth. Samarasa magna bhavita putaha. Samarasa means the same one. Bhavita putaha. His thought is pure. Now again and again I always quote that Jesus said, blessed are those who are pure in heart. Swami Vivekananda said that each soul is potentially divine. What is this divinity? What is this purity? If we understand these two words, the divinity and purity, many things we can solve. The divinity doesn't mean that we have to go and bathe in the Ganga. Divinity doesn't mean that we have to bathe in the Jordan or in the Jam, the Muslim water. So, nothing like that. There is only water. But what is that purity? It is pure love and unselfishness. If you have pure love and unselfishness, then only that pure thought means thought completely free from world. And world means name and form. So when there is no name, when there is no form, when there is no desire, the selfishness, that is the pure mind. And one who is thinking that I am the Supreme God, all-pervading, he will never ever go and compete with anyone else. Because for him, I don't want anything. Why should I compete? I don't need anything. So that is the mental condition when one reaches. Highest truth cannot be expressed. So it is only feeling. So it says, Bhavita Putaha. Puta means the purity. Bhavita means constantly thinking. In that thought only it is pure. Pralapati Tattva Parama Abadhutaha. This is the highest truth the Abadhuta is giving to you. Up to this, today. Maybe in our next, but the next Sunday we won't read this Bhagavata and the Avadhuta Gita. Under this Bhagavata, which is known as the book of love and devotion, this Avadhuta Gita. Can you imagine? The book of love is also having the highest knowledge. But some people, they will hide it and they will say, no, it is only love. They love, they like, it's okay. But this is also true. Because from two channels that is taking us. And it depends on our understanding and likings. So if our sentiment, if our thoughts, that can go along with this Avadhuta idea that I am God, then you are pure because you love each and every one. The moment you accept the Avadhuta idea or the ultimate Vedanta, then you have to understand from that very moment, you cannot criticize others. You cannot hate others. You cannot feel jealousy. You cannot feel the sorrow. Nothing, because you are samarasa. You are one and absolute. That is, if you have that mentality, okay. That's why Swami Vivekananda only got the Vedantic teaching from his Guru Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He was having that capacity. For the others, duality, that is also good. And what is the duality? My God is residing within me, and I worship my God in every other being, and different names and forms. If you go to Hindu temple, Lemont, you'll find so many ways the Hindus have expressed their love for God. So many ways. Durga is there, Ramchandra is there, and so many gods and goddesses. That's also true. There's also Hinduism. I like that. That is my mental condition. So why should I not do that? This is also correct. But here it says, if you are thinking, you are samarasa magna bhavita putaha. Remember this if you like to follow the path of knowledge. Samarasa, you are the only one. How can you criticize others? There is no one else to criticize. And if you are criticizing, means you are criticizing yourself. It is just like standing before a mirror and criticizing. Look at this man. What is it? So this is just, Vedanta means just like that. You are only one and no one else. And bhavita putaha, your thoughts are completely pure. And what is this purity? There is no iota, there is no point of this world. The only two things are there, consciousness and this world. When you think of world, you are detached from the consciousness. And when you think of world, your ego comes. And when the ego comes, you always feel associated with this body and mind and nothing else. And slowly, slowly, you are going away from the consciousness from where you came. So going back means this. Next Sunday, as because the Saturday 26th will be the Kali Puja, next Sunday, luckily we are having a group of people who will be presenting beautiful music and songs. So we are inviting them to come. You please come on that day, next Sunday, 11 to 12, and we will have, as usual, our prasada. And instead of the pure Advaita Vedanta immediately after Kali Puja, we have to give time for people to settle, then only. So immediately after the Kali Puja, we will have the musical prayer. That will be the idea. So please come and thank you. And this is what the Avadhuta teaches us, and what love each and every one. And that is the teaching of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Don't criticize others. Follow your own path. And never ever criticize others. The moment you are criticizing your own God. Because everything has been created by God. So you are criticizing God. Now in the school, another 2-3 groups of the players were there. Because in the same school, the group A, group B, group C, group D, they will be competing each other. And each group is having different type of color uniform in the playground. And we used to always criticize. And the teacher who made that decision, group A should have the yellow color and group B will be blue color, like that. Before him, one person was telling, this blue one, I don't know who created them and what is this all noise. Then he said, hey, I gave them the blue color. You cannot criticize like that. It is my decision. Your A group is yellow. It is my decision. Your B group, the blue, it is my decision. It is just like that. When you were in the school, the teacher came and told, you should not complain because of this and that. Blue color, what do you mean by blue color? I decided that the B should be blue color. God decided that they should follow that path. God decided that they should follow that path. I cannot go and complain to God. And I cannot go and fight with those people, isn't it? Very simple. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, all paths are leading to the same goal. You are a player, you like to be successful, you success in your own way. You are a Hindu, you like to be successful to realize God, continue in your own path. Why you are unnecessarily wasting your energy and time criticizing others? That is not your decision. Your God, He has given them that path. Who are you to criticize God, God's decision? No, you should not. So that is called religion. Religion always teaches love. understanding, sympathy, prayer. And in the Avadhuta, if you go, he says there is no two, there is only one. Thank you very much. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om. Tat Sat. Please have your prasad lunch. I think it is ready. Oh, thank you very much.